Okay, I'll call this meeting to order, please. And we'll start with a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Pauline Broder, Judith Menard, Lois Burlap,
Here.
myself, and Lucia Casey and Christy also in attendance. And you have all the other names. Christy, you're all set. Okay. The first item is we're going to call the meeting of the annual plan hearing, and the regular meeting will follow that after we've voted on the annual plan. We received the plan and information on it last month. Do we have any questions or anything that have to be brought up at this time?
I had some just
Go ahead.
clarifications, which you helped out with.
Okay.
I don't know if the other individuals that read it about the doors, the intercom system. Did you read all that, Judy? But it doesn't start till July 1st, what is it? July 1st, 2025.
No, it's fiscal, I think it's fiscal year 25, which starts
see?
24.
All right, so we should get money in there, and
Right.
we've been talking about that at the meeting, so maybe some of the residents would be interested to know that that's where it stays in the budget. If we could just share a few things with them.
Well, we've put it all out. They've had opportunity to read over the budget, or the plan.
Did you,
Plan has been posted, and the residents have had an opportunity. They were given to read it through, so
And no
if we...
one came to ask to see the plan. So unless they read it online, nobody came.
Where was it posted?
It was posted right there.
So, I don't come into this room that much.
Yeah.
well,
That's
Okay.
the way it has
Just
to be
don't
done
go
through the
permissible.
state.
Why
So
don't you post it on every bit?
all right,
it's
Big-
posted on the board, the residents' board.
There are certain rules and regulations that we have to follow that the state puts out. That's where they say to put it. So, okay, does the board have any other questions? If not, then I will accept a motion that we accept the annual plan.
I make a motion to accept the annual plan.
Thank you, Judy. Do I have a second?
second.
Motion has been made and seconded that the annual plan be accepted. All those in favor, and I'm going to ask for a roll call vote. Pauline?
Aye.
Lois?
Aye.
Judy?
Aye.
And I, Veronica Bullier. It's unanimous. Okay, we have to adjourn that portion of the meeting, and then we go into our regular meeting, which we've already had our salute to the flag and the call to order. Approval of minutes of February 24th, February 21st, I believe. I don't know. Got two different dates
February
here.
21st.
21st, okay. You have the minutes in front of you from February 21st. Do I have a motion on those minutes?
Make a motion to approve.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Okay, questions, comments, additions, or omissions? One sec, okay,
This feels so strange,
okay.
sitting over here.
Well, it happens occasionally. It may change. Okay, on the minutes? Hearing no questions, comments? I ask for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It is unanimous. Okay, the financial reports. Now, we have January and February's financials, which we did not have at the last meeting. I might state that came in the other day to sign checks, and I got to meet Kim, who's the new appointee to take care of Westport from Fenton Ewald. Seemed very nice. She was very busy. Seemed to be very attentive to what she was doing. So
And just to
We
add-
do have, okay,
Just to add to that, Ronnie, they will be coming prior to the board meetings.
okay, in the future.
As much as possible in the future. That
Good.
was what Chris had done, and then with her death, that changed, so
Yep,
we should be back on schedule.
good. Okay, do I have a motion on the financials for January and February? We can do them separately if this, you wish, or we can do them collectively. And I'll take a motion either way from whoever wants to make a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the January and February financials.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded that we approve and accept the financial, what do I call them, financial reports from January and February. Any questions? Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. The check warrant, oh, I guess I did that out of order. but-
That's all right.
Okay. The check warrant is next for the month of February. I have a motion. Can we get a motion to accept the check warrant?
Make a motion to accept the check warrant February 29th, 2024.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Questions on the check warrant? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Can I just make one comment?
Sure.
No one asked anything about it, but if you look down about midway,
Yep.
it says Massachusetts there.
Balance due.
There was no balance. We were credited that back. That was due to unemployment, and they were charging us. There was Massachusetts changed the system, so we had a hard time getting in. So there were 2 months that you will, last month in January and February, that you'll see where it was paid with a balance due. That has been refunded back to us, so we have a $400 and some odd dollar credit.
It's good when the state gives us back some of our money.
Yeah. No kidding.
It's unusual, too. Okay, I think we voted that. MMDT statement for February 2024. Motion.
Make a motion to accept the MMDT as of 2/29/24 for the amount of $29,827.59 and distribution of $131.31.
Very good. I have a second.
Second.
On that number.
Okay, motion has been seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Pauline. Okay. Correspondence, we have the information in our packet. It was a letter to the town of Westport, so forth. It was regarding the hearing and the activity that's being proposed for State Road Route 6.
For the sewer.
Yeah, but I'm reading because it splits up numbers, which doesn't make any sense to me.
I have to read
It's
this.
from 287 to 291 and 833 to 1115 State Road for the sewer that they're planning on putting in. And this was just a notification if anybody wanted to comment on it or whatever. So we did have that. That's just to file.
I have a question.
Sure.
You talk about the Westport Conservation Commission, that they are looking for a notice of intent to remove fill, dredge, alter areas. Do we know what those are out here? Are there wetlands or anything that impact? It's in
Well, I
that,
guess
like,
that-
A.
yeah. I guess that would all be, well, February 27th is long gone anyway. But we'd have to get a hold of the Conservation Commission to have them explain it out to us. But I think it's beyond the fact of, at this point.
Yeah. Well, even just sitting, listening to the hearings in general,
Yep,
they didn't have a lot of specifics.
No.
Of the whole project. So to come here, they're gonna tie in, because you're on the front, the state pays for that, and then each unit gets hooked up, how does that even work? Does anybody know?
No, not, and I have no clue what they're going to do and if they're even going to be able to do everything. I know they're doing it because of the businesses here on Route 6, so hopefully that will happen. I believe they could probably tie in the same way that we tie into
water.
the water, or even the septic system. There's got to be a way to tie that in from the septic system to the sewerage.
My understanding is the septic will be gone, that's why they're doing the sewer.
Yeah.
And each, like a house, individual houses and businesses have to tie in. You have to pay the 10,000 because of your frontage, and then there's another charge to tie in everything.
But they only have one septic, like we only have one septic. So
Right.
it's a tie-in from the piping that goes to the septic, I believe. Like when I had
Not to the
mine,
individual, you mean?
not to
No.
the individual units.
Okay, well, then I guess that makes sense. Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, new business, oh, director's report before we go forth. Everyone have a motion to file, and then we can ask questions and so forth.
Make a motion to file the director's report.
Thank you. Have a second?
Second.
Okay, questions of the director regarding the report? Hearing none, I guess everyone's satisfied with your report.
Well, that's good.
All those in favor of accepting to file?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, it's unanimous. New business, the Westport Police Department. We want to welcome Mr. Kyle Fernandez from the Westport Police, who will be our new representative. Those who weren't aware, Johnny Kudo, who has been coming to our meetings in the past, is retiring, effective, I think, Monday, the April 1st, but he's all done, I guess, with Sunday's his last day. And I might just will say at this point, we were hoping that he'd be here, and hopefully he will still show up. He did state to us at the last meeting that when he was first asked to take on the Housing Authority, he figured it was to sit back and eat cookies and drink coffee. And he found afterwards that that wasn't the case. So in his honor today, though, we do have coffee and donuts. I didn't get cookies, but we have donuts. So hopefully he'll get here to get a donut and a cup of coffee, but if anyone wants to help yourself, there's stuff on the back table. But we thank Johnny for everything that he's done and been supportive, and the Westport Police Department. Chief Pelletier before and Chief Dunn now are very, very supportive of anything that we've asked for or needed and so forth. So we do thank them. Did you have anything that you'd like to bring to our attention, Kyle? No. No? Okay. You know where to park? Okay, you've gotten your directions.
Now, if I saw a cruiser, I wouldn't question.
Okay. Old business. Did we have any old business to bring up? Okay. Then we're going to go to commissioner comments. Pauline? Lois?
No.
Judy?
No.
Okay. I think it's bringing it back to me, and I'm going to ask your indulgence for about 5 minutes. I know we try to limit what we're saying and so forth, but I do have a few things I'd like to say at this point. And perhaps I should listen to the tenant comments first. Can I do that and then do my thing?
Sure.
So let's do tenant comments first, because I'd rather keep mine to the very end. Yes,
I just want to let you know, I believe that water tie-in for Route 6, that still has to be voted at the annual meeting.
right. It's a ballot question about appropriating money, and then it still has to go to an annual town meeting after that, even if the question passes. You're correct.
The only
But
thing,
this, go ahead.
and the only thing we received is because we're in a butter to the issue, so we received that letter.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Any other comments from the, okay. All right, so I'm going to throw it to myself at this point. And I ask your indulgence on this. I think majority of you know my background, know of me and what I've done and so forth, but I have, back in 1976, I took out papers to run for school committee in the town of Westport because my kids were in town and so forth. Unfortunately, I was not allowed to turn them back in because when I got to the town hall, there was a snowstorm going on. And even though I know people were in that office, I was approached by the then chief of police, Joe Arruda, who said, "Oh, they've all gone home. It's snowing out." I said, "No kidding." I mean, Anyway, my papers were not there by the time of the deadline, and they did not extend the deadline even though they closed the office early and sat behind the closed door. So I ran the following year in 1977 and was elected, and from 77 through today, through actually August 9th, I have served and volunteered in this town in one capacity or another: school committee, finance committee, selectmen, the housing board. And I'm proud to say that's more than half of my lifetime that I've given to the town of Westport. So I'm sure most of you know that I am leaving, and I was thinking this morning in the showers what I was going to say, and I'm going to ask that you listen to this because I think it sums up everything that I'd want to say. It might be, it's only 3 minutes long.
Did you write that in the shower?
I did not write it in the shower, but I thought of it, and it really sums up exactly how I feel. So let's see if we can do this.
And now, end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll make it clear, I'll state my case, of which I am certain. I've lived a life that's full, traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Regrets, I had a few, but then again, too few to mention. I did what I had to do. I saw it through without exception. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I guess you knew, when I bit off much more than I could chew. But with it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up, then spit it out. I grew tall in spite of it all, and did it my way. I laughed and cried. I had my fill, my share of losing. subside, I find it's all quite amusing to think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy. No, 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 no. It was my way. For what is a man? What has he got? If not himself, then he has not to say the things he truly feels. And not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my way.
That sums it up. The only thing I disagreed with is, when it says, what does a man have? I think it should say woman. But,
You sound just like them.
thank you, Annette. No, so it's been a long road, one that I really enjoyed. I've enjoyed serving the people of the town of Westport. I've been through the first ever teacher's strike in the town of Westport. I was chairman of that when that took place, and we held our heads up high and came out of that well. There's been a lot that has gone on, but I am not ashamed, and I would not take back anything that I have done. The only thing I really regret is that I don't feel that at this time I can give to the people of this community what they deserve. I think there's a lot that we could do here, a lot more that could be done, but a lot of people are being put to a side because there's certain things that have to be accomplished, and it's at the expense of all of you. And I can't go on that way. So my resignation was put in, and it is effective April 9th, the date of election. And at this point, I know Judy ran for a one-year unexpired, well, it was a two-year unexpired seat, but the Board of Selectmen only didn't put it on the ballot, so they could only make an appointment for 1 year. So Judy has served the 1 year and has not chosen to go on either. And we understand that their state rep probably has a new recommendation for governor appointee. Lois has been much beyond her time here. So you'll be seeing a new board coming on. We have the retirement coming up of Lucia, and Somerset not renewing their contract in June, so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen with that. I know Lucia has spoken to, Attleboro, I guess I can say that, spoken to Attleboro, and Attleboro feels, I don't know if they're talking with the state, I don't know what the situation is, to be truthful, but they feel that they can come down and take care of Westport 2 days a week and give you sufficient coverage and everything else. I wish them well, I wish you well, and I want to, on behalf of those of us that are leaving, give Lucia and Christy, please, on our behalf, our thank you, and it's been a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you both for everything you've done for Westport and for us on the committee, and I've had my say, and I apologize for taking up more than the 2 minutes or 3 minutes that we normally allow people.
So now it's my turn.
Okay. Oh, you're not on the agenda.
That's all right.
I'm sorry,
I
we
couldn't
can't.
put me on the agenda. So on
Okay.
behalf of the Westport Housing Authority, as many of the board members are leaving, I want to thank all of you, and hopefully I won't cry, but I get very emotional, so I probably will. I want to thank all of you for serving. You serve without any compensation. You take whatever grief you're given in stride and work with it. You listen to me ad nauseum, so thank you very much. And Ronnie, this is for you.
Thank you.
Judy from the Westport Housing Authority, Lois from the Westport Housing Authority. And again, thank you for your service to the community of Westport, to the residents of the Housing Authority, for all that you've done. And I especially, and I'm sure Christy can say whatever she'd like, but I think for your support in Somerset taking over and trying to administer everything that the state asked of us, to the point of sometimes I get mad at the state. So, but thank you again for everything that you've done. No one knows how thankless this job is until you sit in the seats that you sit in.
Thank you, Lucy. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, if there's nothing else, I'll
Well,
announce.
we have something for Johnny, but he's not
Yeah,
here.
Johnny's not here. He blew the whole thing after we went out and got coffee and donuts. Jeez.
Then-
I c- Okay, oh, certainly,
And,
certainly.
I took papers out, and I'm running for the 5-year seat. I understand I don't have any opposition. That being said, first off, I want to thank the current board members that serve for years, and things they've done for the community, okay? Lucia and her assistant, everybody's done a wonderful job here, and I've sat on other boards in other communities before in the past. I've been in Westport since 2008, and I think it's time for me to step up now that I'm kind of semi-retired, to step up and do a little bit for my community. My wife and I enjoy the town and want to help out. So I'm first thankful for everybody that believes me. And secondly is I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to do whatever it takes and put in the time necessary for the housing authority and support the people in the housing authority, the residents here of the housing authority, and everybody working for it. So I just wanted to make sure I thanked everybody, and I'm open to any suggestions or anybody has any ideas for me of things I should be doing. I'm here to learn, and I learn with my eyes and my ears, not with my mouth.
Very good. We wish you well, and if there's anything that we can do, don't hesitate to give us a call.
Thank you, appreciate
We're,
it.
yeah, very good. Okay, anything else? Hearing none, did you say there's something else? I just have to announce, the next meeting of the board will take place on the 17th, I believe I saw, of April, here in the community room at 10 a.m. And if no one else has anything, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. Oh. There's an election on April the 9th.
Well, I know you are, but you're not retired.
There's an election next month.
And
Go out and vote.
okay, so
Go out and
that
vote.
election is gonna put something here.
Go out and vote.
There are 2 open seats, and
Yes.
Tim is running for one.
No, there's 3 open seats.
Yeah.
There's a 1-year seat, there's the 2-year seat, and there's a 5-year seat.
Right, Tim is
Tim's running for the 5.
5,
Right.
and then there are 2 open seats with no
Right.
candidates at
Plus,
this point.
plus,
Running for like what Veronica is.
he said he's running for,
No, he's not
He's
running
not.
for executive director.
he just stated he was running for the 5-year seat. That was a seat that was vacated by the chairman, Zach Rio, back in November. He was up this year. His seat would have been for 5 years. Tim is running for that seat. The 2-year seat, 2-year unexpired term, is my seat because I've resigned, okay? The 1-year expired was the seat left over from Liz Collins when she resigned for health reasons, and Judy was appointed for 1 year and would have to run for that 2nd year, has chosen not to run. The state appointee, I can't tell you. Lois has been working on that since over a year to get a state appointee. Lois's term was up in '21. We were in COVID. She stayed on, and the state also, back when we were on the board, when we had Marge Holden, they said until another appointment is made, you stay on. Lois stayed on through COVID, and also we would have a quorum. She said she's had enough. She's been in contact with the state constantly, touch with the state representative and so forth. Now I understand the state representative is making a recommendation. So someone should be filling that seat. No, she has indicated she is done as of April the 9th. So, okay? Okay.
Just
Okay.
for clarification,
Should- yeah.
Yes.
Tim is on the ballot because he took out papers
Papers,
and
big
ran.
ran.
The other two seats, the 2-year and 1-year term, there's no one listed on the ballot.
Okay, Liz, I guess we're going to go through after we had all our tenant comments, but whatever. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, it's write-ins.
Go ahead, Liz, you have something to say?
To say that I'm going to put on my kindergarten shoes and I'm going for the 2-year seat.
Okay. So there'll still be the
I don't
one,
think I've forgotten anything.
okay, so there'll still be the 1-year seat that you left 2 years ago. Open, okay, at this point, that we know. Well, Liz is going, you're running for it, but you're not running, you didn't fill papers. You're running as a write-in.
Write-in.
Correct, okay, all right, just so we let people know. Very good. Okay, nothing else? Again, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to
Nobody
adjourn.
wants to go?
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Judy. Motion is unanimous or accepted, or however we want to do it. That's it.